I remember in 2012, I remember granting an interview that was on the front page. I think it was The Sun. I remember it was, I think, a Iboka. And I then said that President Jonathan is a wartime president. And that the only reason they have not declared war is because it's a new war form. Now, we're under the dispensation of President Muhammad Buhari, who is a military general. So the 37% will be complete. But we're still not going to now discover that even with his 37%, we are still not going to win. We're dealing with something that's extremely clever. So what am I trying to point out? Right now, for instance, we're at a stage where I feel sorry for us. If you read the newspaper, November 7th was a Sunday in 2004. At that time, Bishop Akinola used to be the CAN president at that time. At that time, a young fiery cleric returned from, I think, Saudi Arabia and settled in Kaduna. His first tafsir in the mosque was hot. It was incendiary. He threw down the Nigerian constitution, said, what rubbish is this? He said, how can the nation survive with hypocrites, with unbelievers, with pagans? And he began to incite the people. This was in the mosque in Kaduna. Now, it was televised, it was put on radio for days after, but it was in Hausa language. This fiery clerk did not realize that there are patriots all over this country, Muslims and Christians. So the tape ended up in Lagos, and there was a build-up to kill people at that year in 2004 in Kaduna. At that time, the salvation of Nigeria, if I tell you who God used for us then, you may not believe it, but we had to, after we found out that we informed the security organizations, we did all that had to be done, things were still proceeding in Kaduna. The build-up towards violence, to killing people, was still on ground. Don't forget I was serving the CAN president then. So we called the media to assist us. And it was the media who solved the problem. And the major person whose contribution worked the most was that of Femi Adesina. See, that's why sometimes I look at people when they abuse Femi Adesina and all that, and I say, you guys don't understand the kind of war we are up against and how that uninformed opinions only make matters worse. Femi Adesina almost lost his job in 2004 because he took the front page and addressed the issue. And if you look at the front page, Archbishop Akinola was on one side saying, you want to kill my people. On the other side, there was this fiery cleric who said, I only hate those who drink beer. When that publication went viral, it became a global issue, which is still going to become again. That young sheikh ran out of Nigeria. Adesina almost lost his job, but his superiors then, his senior then, because he stuck out his neck to say, look, you can't kill people under our watch. The correspondent in Kaduna, I think, was sacked instantly before they found out that the story did not break from Kaduna. Now, Adesina is in the presidency, but I know he hasn't changed. It's just that he's a wise person who knows that influence has to be used properly. That same sheikh today is becoming the hope of Nigeria. Is that sheikh today who walks into the Sambisa forest and says he wants to negotiate on Nigeria's behalf? Is that same sheikh who has been able to get in contact with the people who kidnapped students in Niger State? Now, if that sheikh becomes the go-between between all of us, look, I trust the government. I trust our military. I trust our people. But that sheikh, if Nigeria makes the mistake of making him the go-between to negotiate the so-called release, let Nigeria go back in 2014 and see what that sheikh said. Let Nigeria go back in 2012 and see his comments. His comments then was that, why should you kill Boko Haram? They are actually our brothers. They are Muslims. Just get your soldiers out of the way. Get your police out of the way. It's an internal affair. It doesn't concern you. Those were his comments. One later comment then was that they should kill the serving president. They should kill the chief of staff. They should kill so. Very incendiary talk there. Okay. And that Nigeria would know peace. Now, that is now the hope of Nigeria. And I'm telling you something, If we make the mistake of playing into their hands, because you are dealing with global intelligence, don't think he has come up by himself. He's come up with a global lobby with all sorts of things behind him.
Okay. We need to take a break now, because this is